Hello beach lover, this is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me today. My friends call me Jen, and my website is Jen C. Lindquist or Artistic Surf. And today I just wanted to share with you one of my speed paintings. Now this is the Salty Shower Girl. She is one of several in a collection of Surfer Girl paintings I did, inspired by a young girl at the jetties. One day I saw this girl walking across the jetties with her surfboard, and she was adorable. She kind of looked like me or one of my daughters. And so I took some pictures of her, and it inspired me to do an entire collection based around the girl, more or less. And so this particular painting was inspired by the showers after one of our family beach days. So a couple of times a year we get together and we enjoy a family beach day. We all grab our surfboards and go to the beach. And you know, the kids, the parents, the grandparents, we all get together, we go surfing. My dad goes kayaking, the kids play in the sand. We've even had a stand-up paddleboard out there once. We'll probably get more of those as we all get a little bit older. But we have a good old time, and this particular year, last summer I think, or the summer before, I don't know, I don't remember now. We went surfing over at Wilbur by the Sea because it's a no-drive beach. We parked in the parking lot where the showers are, and we walked across to the beach. We had a good old time. It wasn't necessarily the best surf day ever, but we did have a lot of fun. We all came back and showered off, and when we were done showering off and I was waiting for, you know, my husband and my daughter to get showered off, I'm sitting there. I already knew that I wanted to do a painting of a girl showering off after the beach, but where I was standing when I took the picture, it was just a beautiful sight to see the trees hanging over the shower, and how it just created a really nice contrast. And here I am, I'm watching people shower off and sketching. I had my sketchbook with me, which is weird because I don't normally take my sketchbook to the beach, but that day I had taken my sketchbook to the beach, and I actually have a picture of it that I put that showed up in one of my videos. But I also took a photograph of it because I didn't have any colored pencils, and taking a photograph really helps you be able to blow it up and get some really good detail. So I took a photograph of it and then took it home, and a few weeks later used it as inspiration for this painting. So we were at Wilbur by the Sea at the showers there. You may recognize it if you're from this area. Let's see, so for this particular painting I used one of my daughters as the model, and I had the picture of the shower, but I needed a picture for the girl in the painting, right? Because I'm a little old, I don't need to be taking pictures of myself. I wanted someone younger, more like my daughter's age. They're in their 20s. So what I ended up doing was taking her out on my back porch, and I had her stand against one of the columns, and I took several photos in all different positions. And while I was taking the pictures, I was pretty sure the one of her rinsing her feet off was going to be the one, but we did all sorts of pictures, and that's the one for, I don't know what it is about it, but it struck me. It's like, okay, this is just a normal day at the beach. I'm rinsing off after surfing type of picture. She's not trying to be sexy. She's not, you know, I didn't want to over-sexualize the picture because I want the focus to be on the girl's face, and it's just another day at the beach showering. So I think I took at least 10 pictures of her, and then I had her do some other things for some of the other pictures, but this is the one that I selected. I'm so glad I did because I really like the way it turned out. I will, however, mention that next time I have someone take pictures, when I know they're going to be on the beach or barefoot, that I'll have them take the picture barefoot and not in socks, because I had the most difficult time getting her feet right. You think you know how to draw feet until you actually have to draw feet. So I actually had to look some up online to make sure that I was getting everything done, get them at the right angle, which is very hard. You think, oh, let me just look up feet online. But you need to get them at the right angle. And most of the time, if you're looking for feet, like in Google search, they're gonna be like, I don't know what to say, but they're posing for a picture specifically about their feet, probably. So it was hard to find exactly what I was looking for. So I found something close, and I managed to make it work. So that was interesting. Let's see. Also, the surfboard in the painting is actually my daughter's surfboard. So that board, it's not painted that color. I just used the board as a silhouette. And it's a board that I bought her, actually that daughter there, I bought her for Christmas when she was probably 8 or 9 years old. So it's about a 6'1" surfboard. It's a little short. And I have since then painted it that color and started using it as a sign for my my art shows. But that was actually her board, although she's probably only used it a couple of times because I was so sad she didn't actually get into surfing. But you know what? I still have another chance. I've got a bunch of grandsons, and maybe I can get 1, 2, or 3 of them to go surfing with me. That'd be really cool. Anyway, so the board is actually a little custom board that we found in a pawn shop. So we were able to buy it super cheap and got it for her. I did actually spend a couple of summers trying to learn how to ride a short board, and it just didn't work for me. I am 5'9", and today I'm probably 160 pounds, but I'm usually about between 140 and 150, and I'm too big, and the waves here really aren't big enough to ride a short board. And you know, unless you're out there all the time, short boards are a lot of work. So that never ended up being my board, but we have it, and I think I did a pretty good job drawing it and getting it to look right. So that's something fun. Let's see. In the photograph that I took of my daughter, she had her hair pulled back in a ponytail. So I just drew her hair down wet, you know, like she had just taken her ponytail out, because I like the way it falls down on her shoulders. And you may have noticed during the painting process, and I don't know if you've watched the sketch video, I do have a 1-minute sketch video I may tack on to the end of this so that you can see it. And in that video, I drew out the entire shower, and then I ended up painting over a good portion of it with the board. I got the shower exactly the way it's supposed to look and covered it up. But you know what, it's okay because it looks right. And then like with the girl, I went in and I drew her out, and then I drew the fence over her body in pieces, and then went in with the towel. Because I draw in chalk, I just went in with the towel and then erased what I didn't want to be shown there. And that worked out for me. So, let's see. So this painting, let's see, so the fence, I'm sorry, I do have some points I wanted to talk about. The fence in the painting, I ended up using a yardstick as a straight line, and at some point I ended up also using a tablet as a straight edge. And I measured out the fence posts. And so what I did was, as the fence comes closer to me, I made the measurements smaller and smaller. So they were further away the further back they were, I think. And then they got closer together as it got closer together. Yeah, you can't see, it's not a big difference. It's subtle, but the idea is for your eye to not be like, oh, something's wrong with that, right? So that's what I did with the fence. Let's see, you can see the background there. So in the picture that I took, it has a lot of cars in the background, and there's even a building in the background. What I ended up doing was painting in the brush and the lines in the parking lot, but leaving the cars out because I didn't want anything distracting from the painting. Anything that's in the background, I want to complement it. That's the wonderful thing about painting, is you can edit out whatever you want, and I don't need Photoshop. I just don't paint it, or I add something different, and I really like it. Also, the sky was not that color. I really wanted a dramatic sky, and I painted the clouds in such a way that they would kind of create lines going towards the girl's face, pointing towards the girl, so that we get a good solid focal point. Let's see, also here I'm painting the sand. So I did a couple of different colors of sand. So the grayer patches of sand, it's a little bit more wet from the shower, and then the browner patches of sand didn't get quite as wet. So hopefully that effect comes through in the painting. So here we are with the tree, and when I drew the tree out, I just did some little scribbles for the leaves. I didn't want to draw out all the leaves, right? But that's kind of silly, it's unnecessary. And then what I did is I went in with a kind of a medium to small size round, not round, is it round? I guess it's considered a round brush, one of those flat round tip brushes. And I created the leaves, and I kind of did little patterns that repeat. And then I went back in and added branches and a few more leaves, and then went in with some details, with some darker color and with some highlights. And I have to say, of the entire painting, the tree was the most tedious part. And one of the reasons is I decided where I wanted everything more or less, but I also at the same time didn't want to distract away from the girl. And I painted the shadows in first, and I wanted to make sure that at least some of the shadows of the tree kind of matched up. So here I'm adding in a little bit more detail. I added some dark green in there and gave it a little bit of texture by putting the paint on nice and thick. Now, doing the little details of leaves like around the girl's arm, I wasn't sure if I really wanted that there, but I went ahead and put it there anyway. So here I'm going back in with a third coat, and I'm even bringing in a slightly lighter color. And then at some point I bring in a little bit of yellow to highlight the leaves. Here we go, and there's the thin brush, adding in some light detail, and then also adding in some of the branches in between the leaves. So you see how I left space between the leaves so you can see through to the sky behind it. The funny thing is, for the longest time, she looked like she had a 5 o'clock shadow, but I just hadn't gotten to repaint the rest of her face at this point. Alright, so here we are going in with a few more details. You can see the color of the bathing suit. So what I used for the bathing suit was black, what's it called? No, Payne's Gray and Phthalo Blue. And with the light coming in, I wanted to make sure we got some blue spots in that suit, and usually I did 2 coats of paint for the swimsuit. So here I am, I'm putting in some highlights. So these sea oat trees, they have a bit of a red tint to them, so I made sure to put some reddish, pinkish highlights in there as well. And then in the background, here we go, I've painted in the brush, and there were some scrub palms back there that I painted in as well. And you can kind of see how I painted the brush around her arm to kind of highlight her arm, because that's the going to be more of a shadow, the under part of her arm, and then the blue is kind of a white contrast, and then the brush underneath it. So then I went in and added some highlights. Right, so you can see where I'm using this paper as a straight edge. Not bad, better than tape. It's quick, and it worked. So videos like this in the Surfer Girl series, they've all taken me between 10 and 15 hours to complete. And that's a guesstimate because I don't really keep track of the time, but I do know the video footage on this took up my entire SD card. So I actually ran out, and because I was so inspired to continue, I continued painting without recording the end. So I will add a picture of the finished product at the end of this video. And I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. I hope you enjoy them. I enjoy making them, and I just love sharing the work with you. And hopefully you just enjoy seeing the process. because I know not everybody can be out at the art shows when I'm painting, and certainly nobody can be here in the studio with me. At least not yet. I've started live streaming on Twitch, and the idea is to have like a little camera, a little birdie over my shoulder watching me work. So if you're interested in popping in and seeing what's going on every once in a while, feel free to look me up on Twitch. I'll put the link in the description below. If you enjoy videos like this and you'd like to see more, click the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to be alerted when I have new videos, and they'll come into your email. And I think if you ring the bell, you'll get an alert whenever I go live or I post a new video. So anyway, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And it's January. I'm not going to the beach anytime soon, but maybe in the spring I'll see you at the beach. Bye. Thanks for watching.